Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm Ruel Gaviola. This is the best board games of the month, aka Tabletop Recall. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really excited to be talking about board games, and board games. Yes, you are here to hang out with me today, hopefully to talk about the games that you like to play. I'm going to rank the games that I played last month. So we're talking about, it's not the last games of the month from July. It is actually from August. Let me update that right now. Yes, we'll update this live. I was having trouble with this little thing here earlier today. I don't know, it just disappeared. So it's back on, and I forgot to change the time there. So I want to shout out everyone who's in chat right now. First of all, thanks to BGG for hosting on their live page. Appreciate y'all, BGG. Hello, Stats 71, Bing 413, Stats 71. I just said AB True Mopop, AB True Vending Machines is here, and Vending Machine Games. Silver Matter Tavern, Matt, how's it going? Good to see you, friend. Stats is talking about favorite games. We're gonna get to that in just a second, friends. Yes, good to see everybody. Vending Machine Games, folks. I do want to shout out Vending Machine Games. Be sure to check them out if you're in the Southern California area. They actually produce or make and have vending machines full of board games. Obviously, the smaller games, card games, and whatnot, at local breweries. So I'm really excited to visit them. I was supposed to visit a couple of weeks ago, but just things didn't happen. So hoping to visit them in the very near future, probably early next month. Gonna go out to one of the events in LA and check out a vending machine. Like, I want to buy a game from a vending machine. If you follow me on the socials, you've seen how I've bought Legos before from vending machines. Of course, I like to buy my snacks from vending machines. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the selection on the vending machine board games. So anyways, got a great show for you today. It's going to be a busy week for me. I'm actually going to be streaming today, just right now, and then tomorrow I've got two streams. I've got the R&R show. Yes, over on Rado Runs Through. Chris and I are going to be joined by Rado. This week, Ray can't make it. I believe Ray's on travel. But the three of us are going to be talking about our most disappointing games of last year. Yeah, it has not been announced anywhere. I just opened my big mouth and said it right now. So you all know we've got a most disappointing games of last year coming up tomorrow. Also, I've got a stream tomorrow. I'm going to do a debut stream, a launch stream tomorrow with Critical Hit Games. That is the store in Corona, California, where I stream from twice a week. Once from home, which is going to be tomorrow, then once on Thursdays, both at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow we are going to launch Cat Flux. It's the newest Flux game. If you're familiar with Flux, I mean, a lot of us gamers are. It's a lot of some of us have actually gotten the hobby because of Flux, and this is the latest and greatest version of it. As you know, Flux, it's such a great game. It's so simple. Like, you literally just draw a card and then play a card, but each card can change the game immediately. There are rules cards that change things up, different things. So you can go from very simple to actually sort of like, oh, this is a little more complicated than I thought, but it's a lot of fun. It's quick playing. One of the best gateway games out there. Something you can travel easily with. It's just a small deck of cards, and they've been publishing this thing for like 20 something years. There's a couple of dozen different versions. I don't have Cat Flux with me. It's in the other room. I set up, so I have two rooms here. You are in the studio with me right now, and then out in the living room. Again, thanks to Michelle for being very patient and forgiving of me taking up space around the house. I have a game set up in the living room table where I sort of prep there, and then I bring them here to film and live stream and stuff. So Cat Flux is in the other room. I do have, they sent over this one. I think this is out already, but Word Flux. So you know me, I love word games, so I'm looking forward to this one. Checking this out because it's got letters, and I believe you're spelling words. I don't know, but it's going to be another Flux game. So Cat Flux tomorrow be the debut of it because it's launching tomorrow. Gamer Ice Guy, hi Ruel, hi chat. Cat Flux, will it knock? I love that. Will it knock the other board games off the shelf? You know what? We're gonna find out. Tune in tomorrow. How about that? Tune in tomorrow. We'll see if it's gonna be knocked out. Speaking of, let me see if I can get this thing to working here. Yeah, see, this thing's not working either. Boo earns. Man, what is up with that? Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah. Hi, Ruel. Hi, chat. Catflix will knock my other board games off the shelf. Silver Medal Time, yes. So Tuesdays I stream here to Critical Hit Games Corona. That's the Twitch channel. And then Thursdays I actually go down store. So over the last almost year, we've been streaming there every Thursday night, but slowly but surely building up a studio there in the back of the store. It's literally it's been a storage area. So Chris, the owner, he bought it the store from the original owner. They'd been Critical Hit Games has been set up for a couple of years now, but Chris bought it from the original owner, and he is the new owner, and he's got this really great vision, and we've just been building over the last year, slowly but surely. Got camera in there, got a mic, got lights. We're rearranging the space back there, and it's been a lot of fun. A really great crew. Friends, if you're ever in Southern California, highly recommend Critical Hit Games. They're just good people, and the space is great. A lot of gaming space. They're totally welcome to gamers. They're open 7 days a week. They have tournaments happening all the time. They have open gaming all the time, and they've got a great selection of games for sale as well. So, especially if you're into TCGs, like a lot of game stores, that's their bread and butter. But thankfully, Chris is a board gamer too, so he's really, up the game, so to speak, as far as what he wants to do with content and streaming, and also tying that into the store and stuff. What is this here? Someone there's a chat message that was held. Automod, what are you doing, Automod? These are all cool people, Automod. No need to hold a comment. Where was that comment held? Oh, I don't know. Did someone let it go? Hopefully they did. Yeah. Holly Ox is presumably good people, even if I'm rarely in Southern California. Holly, anytime you're in Southern California, head down to Critical Hit Games. Bing says, I enjoy Chrononauts from Looney Labs. I think I had that game. Yeah, that's the time travel game, right? Another terrific game. They also make Just Desserts. And, oh, thanks, Silver Medal. I appreciate that. It was Looney. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. So, friends, that'll be tomorrow on the channel. We'll be debuting Catflix. But today, we're talking about games that we played in the last month. This is the monthly what is it? Yeah, this is our monthly chat where we wrap up, do a recap of the games that we played from the previous month. Obviously, this is September, so we're looking at August. I'm going to rank the games that I played, and then afterwards, I'm going to take a look at the games that you played as well. So what I do is, and if you haven't already, I'm going to have y'all, if you want to, join our Discord community. I'll drop the link right there in chat. Feel free to join us there. It's a terrific community. We have a lot of fun there. And we talk about games, non-games topics. We talk about food. I love to share food pictures and also sports ball. I'm a Dodger fan. And, we talk about sports ball and all kinds of nerdy and non-nerdy stuff. So come on, hang out with us there. And what I do is every month, I ask folks, hey, what'd you play last month? And they'll type it in the Discord. And then I'm going to highlight some of the games. Y'all play a lot of games. I love it. I can't talk about all of them, but I highlight at least one or two from each of you. And I used to do it live here, but man, it's tough to do live. Y'all, some of you live stream, you know how tough it is to like pull comments and, riff off of that. So I still do that, but at the same time, I want to be a little more organized and prepped. So what I do is ask y'all to share it in Discord the night before, and then I'll pull them this morning and hopefully have some fun games to talk about. And spoiler alert, yes, I do. So I'm hydrating right now. Stay hydrated, folks. Hope you're going to have I'm wishing you all a good week now. If you need to bounce or you need to lurk, all good. I totally get it. Work lurks, and if you're studying or whatnot. But let's talk about the best board games of the month. So let me make sure I got this all set up. Got my Stream Deck, which has been a little, let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's go here. Spoiler alert, we're going to look at something real quick. Okay, it's still working. Yes, still working. Okay. Yay. Speaking of yay, can I get this to work? The little text on the screen. Okay, whoa, that's not it. Come on, Ruel. You had this. I had this. Going over here. So there's your spoiler alert. That's my number. That was my spoiler alert. That was my 16. I played 16 different board games in August. It was really heavy towards the start of the month just because of Gen Con. And then things tailed off a little bit because got some health issues. All good, but you know, it is what it is. Let me see if this is going to work. So I'm going to just spoil it. Okay, number 16 is collect. See, I don't know what it is with my little text thing. It's just funky these days. Okay, I mean, it still works. But I want it to be consistent down there, and it's just, oh, man. Well, we're going to go with it, friends. So, as you know, we are here live, but I do set this up for YouTube, so I will edit some of the start stuff first. But if you're hanging out with us, thank you so much. If you have games that you want to talk about, drop them in the comments. I will try to highlight them as we go, but also if you see something you want to talk about, the games that I'm talking about, yeah, let me know what you think, or give me your opinions, good and bad. And without further ado, hi friends, I'm Ruel Gaviola, and this is the best board games of the month for August 2025. I'm recording this live on YouTube and Twitch, and if you're watching the VOD, thank you for tuning in. This is Tabletop Recall, where me and my friends online chat. We talk about the games that we really enjoyed in the previous month. I like to rank mine, so I'm going to start things off with my number 16 game of the month, and this one is actually not going to be out until Essen. I got a very early sneak preview of this from Simon. This is Collect. Now, Collect is interesting. It's a lighter game. You are going to be using animal powers to collect a quartet of one animal in a single group. So it's very much like so I was pitched this game as sort of like a Nana style game. Y'all know how much I love Nana. That was a game that is now Trio from Underdog Games, but this got a little similarities in the gameplay as far as like how simple it is. You're just drawing cards and you're trying to line them up in your tableau and get 4 in a row. That's it. And here's all the different cards. Super cute art. And I've only played this a couple of times at 2 players. I feel like this would be a lot better at multiplayer. And let me see. Let me check. It might be 3 or more players. And oh no, it's 2 to 5. So it's a really another quick card-based game, 15 to 30 minutes, and you're just play a card, and then you're trying to get 4 of them in a row, like adjacent to each other. But of course, each card has different abilities, so that's going to allow you to move different cards. The chameleon, for instance, can copy colors of a card, and you're trying to get 4 of the same color. Excuse me, all next to each other. So, initial reaction, it was cool. But I would like to play it more at higher player counts. Okay, next. Actually, did I play it with 3? Now I think I probably played it at 3 as well. And yeah, from what I remember, it's something I'd like to come back to. But we shall see how it goes. So that is number 16. Collect. All right. So here's another game that I played at Gen Con. Our number 15 is Yungo. Or Jungo. How do you pronounce this? Does anyone know? Yungo, Jungo? But this is a trick-taking game, or more of like, I shouldn't say trick-taking, but a ladder or a card-shedding game. This is Dan from the Game Boy Geek talking about it. As you can see, very vibrant colors, and this is a game that I played with a Variant Hex, Kelly and Aaron. We played this, and as you can see, Dan going through it there. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I totally forgot about this game, and I just based it. It's number 15 because I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember we played through it once, and it was really late. Well, it was late as far as like Gen Con is concerned. Like we had a full day at Gen Con, and we came down to it was like the last game of the day or at night. And I believe it's it seems like Dan's playing pairs or 3 of a kind. That'll beat a pair. And just like Scout, you cannot move your cards. You're trying to manipulate your hands there. Hi, Dan. You're trying to manipulate the cards in your hand in order to play them correctly. I found it. Dan says according to his video, I'll never play Scout again. I'm honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Scout, but Jungo did leave a good impression on me as far as like it was easier to pick up. Like Scouts, really, it's a cool game as far as like it's tricky to manipulate those cards. Those type of games always drive me crazy because I am a poker player at heart. I always want to like manipulate my cards, put them in order by suits and whatnot. But Jungo and Scout, those and what was the classic one? Oh, the Beans one, Bonanza is classic examples of you get your cards, you got to stick with them there, and you're trying to manipulate them by shedding them and getting them in the right order and stuff. So, anyways, Jungo. Sorry if I can't pronounce it correctly, but that is my number 15 game of the month, and we're gonna move on here. This is another wow. I'm looking at these games, and yeah, I played a bunch of games late at night that I'm like, man, I probably should have looked at them a little closer. But number 14 is Vivo. This is a trick-taking game. Shout out to Taylor's trick-taking table. If you want to know about trick takers, folks, visit or follow Taylor. He is like the master. He is like the person you want to talk to when you talk about trick-taking games. So this one here, I was attracted to it because it's got cute animals. It's got the doggos and trying to play the different tricks depending on colors and numbers and whatnot. And another small box game that we had a good time with. I played this with Kelly and Aaron, Variant Hex. Gosh, when it was it was like Vivo, Jungo. There was another one too that we played late at night. I felt like we played like 3 different games back to back that were very either card shedding or trick taking that were a lot of fun, and Vivo was one of them. Colt Cardboard says it's always the small games that make the biggest impact. I agree. Yeah, those games. I mean, I don't know what it is lately. The last year or so, I've always been a fan of small box games, but recently the small box games have just really taken over. I've really enjoyed them. I think it's because they're super easy to transport and get to the table. The rules teacher a lot easier, and they're just, I don't know, I find them a lot easier to get to the table. So Vivo is another trick-taking game that I think y'all should take a look at. Let me know what you think, because I had a positive experience with it, and I'm trying to think, how else did I really did I really play it well, or it was late at night and we played a bunch of them back to back, and I do remember having a good time with my friends. So that's number 14, Vivo. Number 13 is a game that I played a couple of years ago, but number 13 is Tasso Banana. I was going to say, I played it a couple of years ago, but it's been a minute until my buddy Daryl busted it out recently. We got together and he was like, about Tasso Banana. I was like, oh shoot, I haven't played this in a while. And there's Steph and Michael playing it. This is a dexterity game. Super simple. You're just placing a banana on the little player board here. It's actually got a really cool board. It's connected. It's made out of the box. So you really unfold this box. And we were just talking about small box games. You open up the small box and there's your player board or playing board surface. And you just take these bananas and you place them there. You just go until you've gotten rid of all your bananas. If one of your bananas gets knocked over, you have to take it, and obviously you have more to get rid of. You can only place them on the board, or you can place them touching another banana, right? But you cannot. What is it? Mike, is it Michael or Steph? Looks like just dropped, so she's taking those bananas. So there are rules as far as placement. You can't put them over the edge, and there's like a dotted line there. You can't go over that part as well. And you can put them on top of a banana, but they cannot touch, I think it's like a banana on the same level or something like that. I forget, but it's a terrific little game. And Colt Cardboard says also the big heavy games you expect to wow you, but those small games you don't have much expectations, but if they have a good hook, they can be addictive. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I've been so into small box games lately, because as Vending Machine Games said as well, easier to introduce, and a lot of times they I don't know, I like the saying, you get more bang for your buck. So as games get more expensive, friends, we know how much we're spending these days, and I like to find a good deal. If I can get a lot of replayability out of a $20 game, I'm more than happy. So, Tasso Banana, 25th Century Games, they do have, they did send me a copy, just a FYI. And, you know, a lot of these games have been sent by publishers, so take that with a grain of salt if you must. But it's a terrific game, and it's probably around that $20-$25 range for really solid components. That is Tasso Banana. Okay, small box game I got introduced to at Gen Con, number 12, is Terrible Quest. Tear-able Quest. Yeah, so tear as in tearing stuff. So I am literally tearing the score sheet here. Actually, I'm scoring right now, so let me fast forward here. And it's a real-time game, and there's a bunch of different symbols on these score sheets. And what you do is you set a timer for like 2 minutes, and then you're trying to tear off the little pieces to match the monsters that you're trying to defeat. So it's like this dungeon crawl / tearing game. It's a lot of fun. It is hilariously fun. It's a lot harder than I thought too. So yeah, you have different monsters that show up every round. You just flip over one randomly, start the timer. I'm just playing the solo game. It's the same thing as multiplayer. And you just tear off. You can see I'm trying to tear off the little like sword to defeat you know, the monster, whatever it is. It looks like a blob or something. But then there's also a boss monster that's a little tougher, has, you know, tougher way symbols to get. What's really neat too is on the other side of the paper, which you can look at, but there are like little gold treasure chests, and then curses. So as you're defeating the monsters, when you tear it up, you look on the other side, it's like, oh, I got a gold coin. Yay, more points. Or boo, I've got a curse. I lose a point. Hilarious game. Super simple. If you ever play the game Clip Cup Parks, it reminds me of that. But Clip Cup Carts was like scissors, and you were cutting like polyominoes. This is just, you're just straight tearing off the pieces. So I think it's a little easier than Clip Cup Park. No, I take that back. The concept is easier. Just tear off the pieces. But it's way harder because it's not scissors, and yeah. But terrific game, Terrible Quest. That should be out now. It was a Gen Con release, I think. But another small box game, friends. We've been on a tear lately with these small box games. You see what I did there? We have been on a tear. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Number 11, yet another game I played with my friends Kelly and Aaron, Variant Hex. This is number 11, game called Dice Democracy. Now, this is from Hobby Japan, and I think Kelly bought this one, I think on a whim. And it was really interesting. So it's a party game for 3 to 6 players. It's a dice voting party game. So here's the really interesting part of it. Let me show you the picture. So as you can see, there's a cloth right here. Like this, you know, multicolored cloth. And what you're trying to do, so you're going to roll dice just like this. Some are big, some are small. Some have different colors. And you roll the dice. You're going to have, I think, like 5 to 10 seconds to look at them. And then whoever's the active player covers it with the cloth. And then you're going to vote on, hey, what do you think was the most, you know, the number that was featured the most on the dice? What was featured the less? And then if you have an idea, you're going to grab, there's these 2 like rods here. I don't know, voting sticks or whatever. So you're going to grab one of those quickly and say, okay, if it's the, you know, I think I know what the most is, so I'm going to grab the taller stick. Oh, I think I know what's the least amount of numbers, or grab that. So then once you make your decision, you're going to say to folks, I think there were like 5 6s, and people are going to like, I don't know. It's, you either vote yes or no, and then you're going to reveal the dice and actually count them up, and then whoever, you know, gets it right or wrong or closest or whatever, you're going to get points. So it's a really interesting, fun little party game. I like that dynamic of, hey, we only have a few seconds to suss things out, and then we have to, you know, hopefully remember correctly. So it's a party game. It's super quick. Like, I think it was, let me see, 15 minutes to play. It is from Hobby Japan. I don't know if there is a release date for the US or not, but they were pretty, I don't know if a big presence, but I feel like a lot of folks were starting to gravitate towards a booth. They had, you know, demos of this and their other games, and I feel like a bunch of these, or at least this one, a bunch of folks ended up picking this one up. So that is Dice Democracy from Hobby Japan. Okay, let's move on. And again, just checking out chat. I love all the comments here. Stanley Goodspeed of The Rock has been quoted. So, Silver Medal Tavern, I can always count on you for the best quotes. Speaking of The Rock, I should probably do this. Okay, that's my favorite part. I love that thumbs up from Sean Connery to Nicolas Cage. All right, moving right along, friends. Again, if you're watching on the VODs, thank you, and join us next time when we're live. You can follow the links below and find out when we go live with the good times here. Number 10 actually is a game from Chip Theory Games. So if you're familiar with Chip Theory Games, or if you're not, they do super high quality, big games, some of the best components in gaming. And I was excited about this number 10 game because I feel like I don't know, I don't, well, number 10, let me just say it, is Fight 5. So I had a preview of this earlier at Dice Tower West this year, and I was hyped. I felt like it was going to be the Flip 7 of this year. And, I played it a couple of times. I really enjoy it. And it's basically multiplayer war. The classic card game war. You're just, this video, again, Chip Theory Games always goes all out in their videos. But it's war. You're just playing numbers, trying to get the higher number between you and your multiplayer opponents. So it's not just 1v1. You actually have a bunch of cards you're trying to beat. And if you beat them, you're going to take them into your score pile. And there, of course, there's a couple of different special circumstances or situations where, cards you get tied, you just leave them there, and you go to the next round. There's a card that I think trumps the other, or triumphs over the other cards. I think it was the 13 or something. But anyways, terrific game. I played it with a couple of friends at Gen Con, and they thought it was okay, but I felt like maybe I didn't teach it right. And now, looking back, we didn't play enough rounds. We didn't play the one round, more like to get the feel of the game, but you're supposed to play multiple rounds, and then player with the highest score wins. There's luck, of course, just like Flip 7, but I feel like this one, just the multiplayer, I love these hands. I'm totally getting distracted by this. Great video, Chip Theory Games. I gotta watch this with sound at some point. Here we are. You're just changing, you're checking out the numbers, and then you're going to, whoever gets the highest wins, just like in war. Multiplayer war, it's awesome. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think maybe I'm more hyped about this one than others, but I think it's terrific. It's just along the lines of Flip 7 where, it takes 2 minutes to teach and then you play. This is the card I was going to talk about. It's the star card. Let me go back on that. That star card is like the special one. 13 is the highest number. Anyways, begin the next round. You're just it's like war on multiple fronts. You're comparing your cards to your opponents rather than just one opponent. It's terrific. So the star card is worth 10. Then anything double digits are worth 5, and then the player with the most cards in the point pile gains 15 points. So not only are you trying to get the most cards, but you're also, depending on what numbers are played, those are the cards, the points you're going to get for those as well. So Chip Theory Games, folks, I think they've knocked it out of the park with Fight 5. They're not known for these lighter games, so I love that they're doing this and hopefully perhaps expanding their lineup of what type of games they're offering. So, definitely add it to your playlist. Moving right along, number 9, folks. We are inside the top 10 now. Number 9, game from, I forget the name of the company, but anyways, the game is Floral. Number 9 is Floral. Another small box game. Man, how many small box games can we have? I say not enough. And I actually thought that was something that was really interesting at this year's Gen Con because of the situation with tariffs and everything else. Publishers have pivoted, and we may not be seeing those huge, just big old box games with a ton of minis, multiple expansions. No, let's slim it down and get these games that are better, easier to produce and to ship and to get folks, including Floral. This is a terrific little card tableau building game, but it's almost like a tile laying game. There's Becca and myself playing on the Jacked Up Matchup every Wednesday morning, and Good Morning Society. You're just trying to match up the different colors, and it's a little bit of area control because in order to win, there's some cards at the top there. Those are your goal cards. In order to win those, you need to have the most of that of a particular color orthogonally adjacent. And as you, so a little bit of tug of war. So like, let's say I have the blue all wrapped, like I have like 3 blues, it's the most, so I take the blue gold card. But if Becca on the next turn, she expands hers to like 4 or 5, then she'll take, she takes over the blue area or whatever. She'll get the next blue scoring card. So you play until all the cards are done, and the most points wins. I like this one. It's a terrific tile lane type experience, but in a smaller box. And I felt like it's a really another terrific small box game. So check that one out, folks. That is number 9, Floral. All right, moving right along. Let's move on to our number 8. Number 8 is Finding Calm. Finding Calm, a smaller-ish box game today. This is from Rabble, and I've been really impressed with Rabble recently. I dig their, well, first of all, the artwork in this is gorgeous. And Rabble they make these games that are super accessible by gamers and non-gamers alike. And in Finding Calm, I love that they actually partnered with a doctor, I forget their name, but it's a way to help you manage stress, your stress of the day. You take these tarot cards and you're just going to play a simple tableau building game. Somewhat like a King, is it King Domino? No, not King. Well, you draw a card and you're either going to play it in your tableau or you're going to move a card. And if you lay down a card, it's going to have 2 symbols, and one's either going to flip over a card or it's going to remain the same, I believe. Or no, if you match the sun cards, I believe, then you flip over cards. And the object of the game is to flip over as many cards as possible, so when you build your tableau, you have 1 remaining. Now, this I should note, this is the very first game in the box. You have multiple ways you're going to build on the rule set. This is a very simple rule set to start, but yeah, just like Verdant. That's right, Colt Cardboard. So as you play, you're going to end up with 1 or more cards. If you end up with more than 1 card, you're just going to select one. Just choose whichever one speaks to you. And then you're going to go, as you can see here, I'm going to the book, and whatever card you've decided to go with and what position it's in, you look at the book, find it, and it's going to give you like, just a saying for the day or something to meditate on. It's really cool, folks. I was surprised. So it's a game, but it's got a purpose. I mean, all games do, like it's for entertainment, enjoyment, etc. But this one actually ties it into, hey, take a moment for yourself, play the solo game, or if you really want to, you could co-op, right? Work with a partner to play it out, end up with 1 card or more, and select that one, whatever speaks to you, and it's going to give you, your saying for the day. And I really, really appreciate that about this. It's something you can pick up either daily or just, hey, I'm feeling a little stressed today. Yes, I'm going to play a game, but I'm going to play a game, and I'm going to get something where I can, meditate on for a minute or 2 or longer. And I really liked the one that I ended up with for the playthrough, I think, was where, it was like a breathing exercise. So Finding Calm, folks, you're literally finding calm in this terrific tableau, really simple tableau building game. And I highly recommend this one just as a way to, go push beyond the borders of just, hey, I'm just, moving chits around or, rolling dice or whatever. This one, game with a purpose. Number 8, Finding Calm. Okay, let's get back to the games. I mean, that was a game, but let's get back to, I guess, a more classic game here on the channel. This one, number 7, Great Western Trail, El Paso. So this one I played at Critical Hit Games with Luis and Chris. We live stream this on a Thursday, as we always do. This takes Great Western Trail and funnels it down to basically a almost like a roll and move, but it's way better than a roll and move. Obviously, you get you're collecting the cows and you're trying to manage your resources. And every time you pass, like I was, we were joking around like, oh, every time you pass go, you get more stuff. So it's like Monopoly, right? But no, it is way more than just a roll and go. You're moving around trying to collect the different pieces you want in order to gain the most money, right, by the end of the game. And each stop that you stop at, you're going to get different resources. You're also going to place some locations down from your hand, and I really like that, where you can sort of manipulate what is out there on board, because if it's your spot, you're getting out more stuff. Your opponents, can they stop on yours? I forget. I think they can stop on yours, but they don't get the really cool action that you do. Or maybe they just pass it. Oh, man. This is a couple of weeks ago. My memory's going, folks. I need to work on my memory. I need something of memory exercises. But I really enjoy this one. As you can see here, you've got the cows from Great Western Trail, so it's gives you the feel a little bit of Great Western Trail without the heaviness. But this is still about a 45-minute game or so. So it's not just like a simple. You know how there's sometimes smaller games they totally take out a bunch of stuff to slim it down. This one took out a bunch of stuff, but at the same time retained a lot of terrific gameplay. Goblin live in chat says El Paso is great for a smaller version. I didn't want to get GWT because I have Maracaibo, but El Paso is a great compromise. I think it's a great point, right? If you don't want to go full Great Western Trail, this is a terrific compromise. Great Western Trail, El Paso. Great way to sum it up. Thank you, Goblin. See, folks, if you watch this live, if you're watching on VOD, thank you. But if you watch live, you get to hang out and help me talk about these games. And we're going to talk about more at the end of this. But first, I've got 6 more games to talk about. Number 6 on the list is Nefarious. Now, I've raved about Moon Colony Bloodbath on this stream before. Nefarious is the lead up to it. It's almost like Donald X. Vaccarino, the designer of Moon Colony Bloodbath and also Dominion, yeah, you've heard of that, took Nefarious a couple of years. Nefarious is the older game, and I feel like it really seems like he took the DNA of Nefarious and made it better. Pumped it up into Moon Colony Bloodbath, and this is BGG's video. A shout out to them. So similar Moon Colony Bloodbath, you're gonna be revealing a shared deck of cards and then doing certain actions. And collecting resources. This one is definitely more streamlined than Moon Colony Bloodbath, and it's a little lighter in approach. And also, it's got the cute, it's funny, we were trying to figure out, what's this look like? Was it the cute minion style, Despicable Me art, right? So you got your minions and stuff, and Nefarious, whatever the Nefarious Mad Doctor is or whatever. So, yeah, Nefarious, folks. If you like Moon Colony Bloodbath and you'd like to see sort of like where it originated, you can see a lot of its DNA in Nefarious. So Moon Colony Bloodbath was born of Nefarious, which I guess you could go all the way back and start talking about Vaccarino's, Dominion and whatnot. But terrific little game. Another quick game. It's a standard, well, not a huge box game, but terrific game. Takes about 30 minutes or so to play, and I enjoyed it. It is Nefarious. All right, let's move on. Number 5 is Pergola. Pergola? How do you pronounce this? Well, the way I pronounce this is it's a fun game. One of the coziest games I've played in recent times. Again, this is the crew at Critical Hit Games. We're tending to our gardens, and check out that tray. I want to highlight that tray right there. That's the game tray that comes inside with the game, so all the different bits are laid out perfectly, and in the middle is actually part of the game board. So you have like this, almost like a rondelle, where you're trying to place your piece in order to gather bonuses. But everyone has their own, as you can see there, their own player boards, their own garden, and you just you're gonna draft in this case the little shovels. Those shovels, they're randomly placed. Each one has a power or ability printed on the shovel, and then they're lined up. I don't know what that is, like part of the garden or whatever, but each spot has an additional ability. So you're gonna be doing 2 things in the order of your choice, and it's a lot of set collection, drafting, and trying to race to get the bonuses like the dragonflies and whatnot. So if you have like a lot of there's some really funny names to these plants that we were joking about, but yeah, check that out online as far as like how to pronounce pergola. Oh, okay. Gamer Guy says, did a quick look up. I think the stress is on the E, so pergola. We're gonna go with that. Beautiful game though, very cozy garden. You have the honeycombs, or is it like, yeah, you have the bees on the left side of the board, and then you have like a waterfall, I believe, or a river on the right side. So again, all different things to gather resources. It's one of those games that I really like, where it's a lot of like positive interaction, right? Oh, I'm doing this, I get this. I like getting lots of stuff, and then you try to hopefully manage all your resources they've gotten in order to get the most points. So cozy game, Terrific, outstanding production. That's our number 5, Perla. Moving on, let's go on to number 4. Folks, number 4. I didn't expect, well, there's a lot of hype to this game. I've heard nothing but the best compliments about this game for years. I thought I'd played it before. I might have, but I don't really remember. But I got to play this at a party recently. Skull King. Wow, number 4, Skull King. One of the best trick-taking games I've played. And let's go back to Taylor's channel. You start with 1 card and you bid on how many tricks you think you can win in this round. So someone's going to bid 1 or 2 or whatever. You just, announce your bid and then you play it out. And then you get another card. So now you have 2 cards. Then you get another. Now you have 3 cards. How many tricks do you think you'll win here? And then 4 cards and 5. And it keeps going on and on. And it's standard trick taking, but then you have a little different special cards as Taylor's showing there. There's pirates and, other characters that are going to cancel each other out, or, there are also the animal cards. Oh, here they are. Taylor's, standard suits, defeats all of the suits, defeats number cards, loses to all their cards, can escape, etc., etc. It is phenomenal. I had no idea. And I did have an idea. I'd heard about it for years. And again, I got to hang out with the Good Time Society crew, had a little get together, and Jake Michaels brought his copy, and I was blown away. We played I think it was an 8-player game. So it was you can play from 2 or 3 all the way up to 8, but it was, great time. If you have not played Skull King and you are a trick-taking fan, highly recommend it. I was blown away. I really enjoyed it. So that's number 4. Let's move on to number 3. Top 3 today, friends, for the games that I played in August 2025. Stick around because we're going to be talking about the games that you played in just a minute here. But my number 3 is a game that I recently played with my buddy Daryl. Number 3 is Canvas. I love this game. Straight up. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This takes the card crafting elements of, something like Mystic Veil and produces more of a cozy game where, and I'm looking at this, I need to buy this game because I don't have this in my collection, and I know Michelle would love this. She loves any time of art themed games, and this, you are building a canvas. Look how I need to pause on that. Let me go back on that. Look how beautiful that is. This is what you're going to see at the end of the game. You're literally making a canvas. All the transparencies line up, and you're going to end up with a piece of artwork here, and it is gorgeous. And each one's going to have a unique title. You see the symbols at the bottom? Those are the ones you can use for scoring. So it's set collection, and a little spatial element, like you're trying to line these up in a certain way because certain transparencies will block out others. So you want to make sure I need this symbol shown, and this one I can block out or whatever. The goals change from game to game. So maybe in this game you want more yellow suns or whatever. I don't know what they are, but you'll eventually get medals on who has the most. You get medals for a certain number of things, and at the end you place it on the easel, and look how beautiful that is. I just want to pause for a moment and enjoy that. It is gorgeous. But if you have not played Canvas, folks, it is a lighter game, but it is fantastic. Oh, there's Tyler and Ilya of Kavre. And that's another great thing. I love that's the box. You can put the box on your wall. They have it set up so you just hang it on your wall, which I really need to get this game. That's it. I just sold myself on this game. I don't have a copy, but I've sold myself. Let's move on to number 2. I got 2 more games to talk about. Then we're going to talk about the games that you played, you enjoyed in August. I've already talked about this game in passing, but I'm going to bring it up again. It was my number 2. It's been all the rage lately. Number 2, Moon Colony Bloodbath. I've loved every single play of this. Here on my channel, I actually played the solo game, which is super easy to implement. All you do is add 1 card to the shared deck. You just shuffle that in, and then there's little symbols on all the cards. There's some of the cards, and those little symbols will trigger stuff in the solo game as well. Super easy to manage. Keeps the flavor of the game, and it is tough. I have not beaten the solo game yet. I've played a couple of times, not beaten it. or at least not gotten all the way through, to all 13 events or whatever. And now that I think about it, as I talk about that, I've not won this game, period. I played 2-player, I played 3-player, I played 4-player. I've yet to win Moon Colony Bloodbath. I need to. But, real quick, this game, it's a shared deck, and what you're doing is just trying to survive. You built a colony on the moon, all kinds of bad stuff happens, accidents, fighting, and then, of course, robots. Oh, those robots are mean. But every turn, you have a shared deck, and you shuffle it up, you turn over a card, you do what it says. The ones that are the most helpful usually are work cards, because no one's dying during the work phase. You get to do one of 5 different actions. You do that action and hopefully, gain resources. And then bad stuff happens. You turn over the next card, 4 people die. So everyone has to get rid of 4 people from the population. Those are the tokens. If you've run out of tokens, you start going to the buildings you've built. Because it's an engine builder, engine wrecker. As you build your engine, it's going to get torn down eventually. And when someone has no more people or buildings, the game is over, and whoever has the last remaining people wins. It is a fantastic game, one of the best games I've played this year. Moon Colony Bloodbath at number 2. All right, so one more game to talk about, friends, and this is one of my favorite games of all time. So it's not a new game, it's an older game, older being relative in the board game hobby. But my number 1 for the month is Blood Rage. We just had Moon Colony Bloodbath. I guess it's the theme this month. Blood Rage is brilliant. It is my favorite Eric Lang design. Here's our friends at Table Knots playing through it. They're playing a 2-player, and I played a 2-player. It's not bad, but it definitely shines at 3 and definitely 4. It is an area control game, a troops on the map game, but also a card drafting game. And that's what the clever part of it is. If you think of it, I like to think of drafting games, at least, when I was hosting more game nights or game get-togethers, I always thought of drafting in 3 ways. I would introduce new players to Sushi Go, right, for the first game. And then if they enjoyed that mechanism, I would say, why don't we try 7 Wonders, right? And then if they still really liked it, then it's like Blood Rage. So Blood Rage, it's a card drafting game. It's a troops on a map game, area control. I love that everyone starts with the same basic setup and troops and leaders, or warriors and leaders. And then through the gameplay, as you draft cards, your faction changes. Like, you're going to get different abilities based on the different gods, Thor, Odin, etc., etc. And those give you different ways to play. Of course, I love the Loki strategy, where you get the Loki cards and you're basically, a bunch of fights, dying, but you get points for dying, going to Valhalla, etc. It is a brilliant game. If you've never played it, folks, highly, highly recommend. It may not be for you. Of course, not every game is, and we all know, troops on a map, area control, it's aggressive. So this might not be for everyone. I personally love it, and I would highly recommend it. So, friends, thank you so much for watching my top games of the month. This is Tabletop Recall. I do this once a month, usually the first Monday of every month, where I take a look back at the games that I've really enjoyed, and there you go. But now, part 2 is where I talk about the games that you've played, and if you're watching the VOD, be sure to click one of the links below. I'll have it out there, the Discord link, and that's where I ask folks to submit the games that they played in the previous month, what they really enjoyed, and then we take a look at them here on the show. So, number 1, I want to start off with DC. They played a bunch of games, but the one I wanted to highlight from DC was Wits and Wagers. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting this is, well, first of all, Wits and Wagers, Michelle, Lauren, and I played this on stream years ago. This is when we used to do Live at 5. This is like 5 years ago when the pandemic started, right? We played it. It's a party game of trivia, but you don't have to know trivia. Because you bet on what you think the closest answer is. Lauren obviously just won that one. So we're all going to have answers there, and then you bet on the ones you think is right. So maybe you don't know anything. You just put some random answer. But, I know Michelle knows a lot about this subject. She wrote that. I'm going to bet on her. And you get different payouts, of course, and the most money wins. I wanted to highlight this one, not only because it was so cool to see, this is 5 years ago, but also DC said that Wits and Wagers was on their shelf of shame for 12 years. 12 years. Hey, DC, congrats on getting that off your shelf of shame. I hope you liked it. I hope you had a good time. But I love that you had that game so long, but you finally got to play it. So shout out to DC folks. Wits and Wagers, 12 years off the shelf of shame. You know, what's the longest game you've had on your shelf of shame? I'm trying to think of mine. I'm looking, and so I have a mirror right in front of me. I can look back at the shelves here. I mean, all these games I've played, but I'm wondering there's got to be something here that's been on the shelf of shame for 12 years. No, not 12 years. I don't know. But yeah, Cold Harbor, great game. I agree. Okay, moving right along. The next game, Gil played a bunch as well. The one I wanted to highlight from Gil is something I love. I love this game. It's a game called The Downfall of Pompeii. So fun. This one it's a tile laying game, and you are trying to get out of Pompeii. These are your survivors. The people are represented by these little, wooden, cones or whatever. But as you can see, hey, there's the volcano. That's Pompeii. It is going to erupt, and it's going to kill everyone. And you're trying to run away. Based on the tiles that are played, you can, you have a certain amount of movement, and at the end of the game, the most survivors wins. But the reason why I want to point this out, I don't. Okay, here it is. Look at those people in the volcano. It's the funny. I don't know if it's a morbid thing, but it is hilarious. Whenever the volcano erupts, you get to throw people in the volcano. So it's always, anytime anyone does it, they have to say and drop the people there. Hopefully you're dropping in your opponents. But fun game. It's a lighter game. It was really hard to find for a while, but now they have this newer edition, I believe, because this box is different than the box I have. My box goes lengthwise, whereas this is like a portrait. Mine's more landscape. But yeah, the Gamer Ice guy says Downfall of Pompeii is so wonderful in a gameplay aspect. Love how it's a two-part. Yes, you set your tokens out onto the board. Let me show here. Great call. Thanks for that, Gamer Ice guy. Yeah, you set your tokens on the board, and the second half of the game, you're trying to get them out. Really, really fun. And as AB Troop says, yes, sacrifice to the volcano goddess. Vending Machine Game says Lost Ark for me. As far as the Shelf of Shame. Nice. I don't think I played it. Wait, Lost Ark, is it Lost Ark, or is it Arnak? Or Lost Ark? I don't know. So, continue on here. Yes. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Let's continue on here. Pompeii. Oh, Razorwind. Razorwind, talking about acquired a copy of World Wonders recently. Played it twice. Very nice. I love that. It's a game hits for you when you play it twice back to back. And that was me with Moon Colony Bloodbath recently. Really enjoyed that. And here is World Wonders. Michelle and I playing the 2-player game. Tile laying game, terrific. Tile laying game is of when you're placing the tiles, and then you also managing resources. So you want to manage those resources in order to survive, to get your wonders out there. As you can see, the little wonders, all the little buildings are super, super cute. Dice and Pixels, hey, what's up? Vending Machine, yeah, Arnak, cool, thanks. And yeah, so depending on what you have here, how much you can spend, right, from your resources, that's going to determine what tiles you can place there. Then you have the different public goals here that you can do. Terrific game. Colt Carver says, I won play World Wonders and it was a good time. Would definitely play again. Yeah, it's a terrific game. And I don't know why is this? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Huh. I was hoping to get my little comments. The comments are only shown on the other screen. So I'll go to this screen here and get your comment there. Yeah, there it is. I had one play World Wonders, and it was a good time. Definitely played again. Yeah, and Razorwind enjoyed it so much. Not only did they play it twice in 2 days, but immediately acquired the More Wonders expansion. Yes, and I think, did Michelle and I play with the? I don't know if we played the More Wonders expansion, but yeah, enjoyed that as well. And I think I don't know where else I played this, but terrific game. Moving right along, thank you, Razorwind. The next person up in, again, the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord already, folks, click on the link below. And if you're watching live, I'm going to drop the link in chat right now. But join us there. And every month I ask folks what they played. And then we talk about them here on the show. There it is. Yeah. Hopefully that showed up. Yeah, there is a link right there. In the VOD, it'll be down below in the show notes. But join the Discord and we can talk about the games that you played. And the next one is Magic Eric. They played a game that... Oh, I played this one with Becca over at Jacked Up Matchup again on Good Morning Society. It's a game called Tag Team. Terrific auto battler. So we each have a character. It's got that sort of like, I guess, 90s video game feel. You're just punching it out, duking it out. You each have two characters. You're trying to get one of them to 0 health so you can win. It's a quick game, and as Eric notes, each round you draw 3 cards, add them to whatever you want in your battle deck, then both players draw cards one at a time in battle. And if you enjoy Dice Throne or Unmatched, Magic Eric would recommend it, and I would too. It's quick. It's got a really cool, play style as far as like auto battler, where you sort of build a little deck, but it's basically just draw it and play it out. What I like too is there's a lot of characters that you can play, and if you're at Gen Con, you also got a promo. I forget the name of the promo. I just looked at. I haven't played with a promo yet, but it's a promo character, or whatever. But check that out, folks. Another terrific game. Thanks, Eric, for recommending Tag Team. All right, continue on. Let's go to Brian, dead last again. 3 games he wanted to highlight: Hot Streak, Aqua Garden, and Iridia, the Past Sweet Air Tread. The one, of course, I'm going to have to highlight because I just recently played it, and boy, oh boy, it was good. Hot Streak. Hot Streak is one of the best racing games you'll ever play. It's a race game of racing against mascots, sporting mascots. And look at this. The components are so crazy good. Like, you pull the board out, or the play mat, and that's your play area. Then you have these super cute minis. Some of the best minis out there. They're all sports ball mascots. And then you have the different things you can bet on. Sort of like Camel Up. And you're going to have a deck of cards. Everyone has cards that you're going to play and place them in. And hopefully you're going to stack the deck so that your player or your mascot wins. And that's not how fast you deal them out, but you shuffle them up, you play them one at a time. You're going to move the figures. It's funny because the figures can go up, down, across, and sometimes they end up going backwards. It's hilarious. And it's sort of like a lighter version of Ready, Set, Bet. Vending Machine Games says, I want this for game night. Yeah, I need to get this. This is another one that's actually really high on my list of games I must get. Because we love Ready, Set, Bet. I mean, I still do, but that one, it's definitely a longer game and a little more involved, whereas Hot Streak, this is like a total, they call it like a beer and pretzels game, right? Bring it to your pub or your brewery. It can be loud wherever. It's got like just really simple rule set, but it has just enough gamer bit to it, right? Like, you have a deck of cards like, ooh, I want this one to win, so I can put this in the deck. Then it's shuffled, and we don't know what you don't know what else everyone else has played. So your results may not go the way they want to go, but it's a lot of fun, and I loved it. I think it's one of the best racing games out there. Definitely one of the on the top, near the top of my list. So, Dead Last again, thank you so much for sharing that. Moving right along, let's go to Mo. Mo played Advantage, Abduction, Legend of the Arena, Temporum, Old School Game, Good Cop, Bad Cop, and Fate of the Fellowship. This is the one I want to highlight because I have just started playing this. I can't beat this game. It's hard. It's not easy. It's Pandemic Lord of the Rings, folks. This is Meeple University's video. Wow. I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, but I loved Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth, and I love Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship. They've just taken the theme, and just like in Duel, they took Seven Wonders Duel, made it better. I feel like they've taken Pandemic. Oh, man. Do I say it's better? It's definitely harder. Hey, Frodo and Sam. You've got this same basic gameplay of Pandemic, where you're trying to put out fires, basically. The troops are spreading, but you're trying to complete certain missions. So it's got a little bit of Pandemic legacy to it, where you have the different missions that can change every game, and you're moving characters. You're trying to get them in the right places to do stuff, and hopefully the baddies don't flood the gates of the Shire. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to be doing a solo stream of this at some point. But I really want to beat it at least once. But Mo, have you beaten it? Let me know, folks, who's beaten it. Oh, Mo says, we thought we were getting close to winning Fate of the Fellowship, but realized when we ran out of cards, if you run out of cards, you lose. Yeah, that's... I think... No. Yeah, you know what? I probably lost both times that I played running out of cards. Or maybe... Yeah, I know at least one of them was. But, oh... Terrific game, folks. Goblin says, I love Fate of Fellowship. I streamed it earlier tonight. Oh, nice. Almost won. Nice. And that's the thing, too, Vending Machines. I think this one, they just knocked out park for production, right? It's pretty just to look at. It is absolutely beautiful. The board, the big dice tower that you get, cardboard dice tower. Some of the minis as well that are in there. Nazgul, I mean, come on. It is brilliant. So good. Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Twin Flower's up next. Excuse me. Twin Flower enjoyed learning Apiary on BGA and also learned Parks. And that's the one I want to highlight because, in particular, second edition. Let me see if I can bring this up. Second edition. I had not played it until Critical Hit Games went out there on a Thursday night and said, hey, I love Parks. We'll play a second edition. And I have to agree with Twin Flower. Twin Flower said, I didn't want to like it because I have first edition Kickstarter already, but it's just better. Agreed. They changed everything, including the art. I still love the art of the first one, but this one just seems more vibrant, which I appreciate. But this is a really, what Twin Flower says rings so true to me. Just everything changed was for the better. They incorporated some things from the expansion, one of them, I believe. Changed to the canteens, standard trail length, and less seasons. Just makes the game more enjoyable. That's what Twin Flower says. 100% agree. Twin Flower, I'm glad you liked it. I liked it too. And I remember after we streamed this, I said, well, I probably have to get this version now because I really like it. I do have the first edition with the expansion, playmat, all that stuff. But, you know, what they did with this version was fantastic. So, Parks, great choice, Twin Flower. Parks second edition, I should mention. Okay. A little cough drop real quick. Moving on. We got Bing. Hey, Bing, 413. August Plays. Got Sheriff Nottingham. Rove. Oh, Rove. Cool. A Button Shy solo game. King of Tokyo. A Gentle Rain. One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Agropolis and the Crew Mission Sea. Excuse me. Mission Deep Sea, I should say. I'm going to highlight, of course, I love this game. This has been a big hit. A lot of folks in here, I know you're familiar with it, but got to highlight it. A Gentle Rain. Solo tile laying game. Plays in 15 to 20 minutes. Really simple. You just draw a tile from the stack there. Place it down there. Trying to match up the symbols. When you can match up all four, you're going to take one of those blossoms, one of the flowers that blossom, place it there. You're trying to place all 8 before all 24, 22 tiles come out. If you do, you win. If not, you count your score. That's your score. Love this game. It is, you know, we're talking about finding calm earlier. This is sort of like along those lines, just very chill, very relaxing game to play. But without like finding calms, like hey, here's something to meditate on. But I find just the playing of this game is very meditative, right? Like I streamed it, but when I play this at home, I'm just like super chill, just got my quiet corner of the table and laying tiles. So terrific choice. Glad you got to play that, Bing. I really enjoy Gentle Rain. Okay, time for one more. This is from AB Trube. AB Trube went to Strategicon, which I missed. But it's super busy this weekend. But this game, AB Trube played at Strategicon. Folks, if you don't know Strategicon, a longtime convention here in LA. But he played, I wanted to highlight from AB Trube's list, Wine Cellar. Wine Cellar is like the new For Sale. If you played For Sale, this has very similar vibes. We're using the cards to bid. What's really cool, though, is you're using cards to bid, and then those cards that bid, they become the next ones that are for sale or for auction. So it's got just very, reminds of For Sale just how tight the bidding is and how quickly it plays. But here, you play a card, they're gonna, whoever has the highest number will get to choose from the market what they play. They played in their tableau, and the tableau building is really neat to build here because you're placing a wine on their sides, of course, because that's how you store wine, and then you either put the next one on top or on below it, and you continue until you build a wine cellar of 8 wines. And as you can see here at the end of the scoring, you start in the top bottle, go left to right. So left to right, up to down, and you're going to score based on what the points are in order. So you can see here, if this is the top card of mine, I'd get 7 points. Then, let's fast forward a bit here. I built, so my top card, no, I don't want that there. I want that below, right? So I've got a 7 for the top card. The next one, it's only a 2. It's only 3, but here's the thing: you want those, but you also want the labels to match because you have you're trying to satisfy your clients. Those are basically the little order cards that are in front of you, and they want either red wine, white wine, whatever type of wine they want. That's, you get to collect those symbols, but also there are also symbols for the different countries of origin. So certain customers only want French wines or whatever. So you got 3 different things going on. And that's what I love about this. I feel like it's the next step for sale. A very simple bidding mechanism, but also a lot of decisions to make as far as what you want to collect and how you can score the most points. So great game. Highly recommend that one as well, folks. And that's going to do it. Those are what folks in Discord play this month. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Hey, that was for YouTube. That was the outro for YouTube. Friends Live. Thank you so much for hanging out. Avery Troop says, Wine Cellar has been a hit with different groups for, I've only played with gamers. I haven't introduced it to non-gamers yet. So I'd like to do that as well. Hey, Gamer Ice Guy, I've finally gotten played Crystallo, which I now deem as Gentle Rain with Dragons. Oh, you know what? Gamer Ice Guy, I really wanted to like that game. It seemed like my type of jam, but colorblind-wise, did not work at all. I tried to play through it once. Immediately, did I donate it? I think I just gave it to someone. I couldn't get over the colorblind issues for that one. So I was sort of bummed about that. Anne was talking about, can't wait to get this table. Are you talking about Wine Cellar, hopefully? Or let us know. But thanks for hanging out, Anne. Good to see you here. Anything else, folks? Excuse me. I've got to check this message here. I've got things. I'm actually going to cut this a little short because I've got to run out and do some stuff. I'm also going to record something. Got a big week. I'll be Thursday night, as always, at the Critical Hit Games in Corona. We'll be live at 4:30. Going backwards here. Wednesday, I don't know if we've announced it yet. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Wow. Let me go over here. Evo Machine followed. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Magic Air says, that's a bummer. Would be easy enough to make the different color crystals in different shapes. Yeah. I remember I remember wanting to like it, and then I think I just got frustrated. It's like, I'm just gonna pass this on. Maybe I should have looked more into, I don't know, could I have? I'm sure there's a way to make it colorblind friendly. But anyways, working backwards from what am I doing? Ruel, take a breath. Today, you've watched Tabletop Recall. Tomorrow, Tuesday, at noon Pacific. Or no, wait, ooh. There's going to be an update on the time tomorrow for Rado Runson because Chris has got a different schedule. I will announce it on the socials as always. But the R&R show, most disappointing games of last year. Chris, Richard, and I will be doing that. And then 4:30 p.m. Pacific tomorrow will be Critical Hit Games. I'm going to be doing a launch of Cat Flux. First time going to be streaming Cat Flux tomorrow. Wednesday, Good Morning Society. Unfortunately, we're dark this week. I'll be out of town, but I will be back on town Thursday at Critical Hit Games, 4:30 p.m. Pacific for another live stream as well. So join me there, folks. Thank you so much as always for hanging out. Gamer Ice Guy says, yeah, Crystallo is the best for color. Even for me who doesn't have an issue, colors are a bit similar. Yeah, I remember when I was trying to learn that game and I asked Michelle, give me a hand, which she always does. She was like, oh wow, and she's got like great, she helps me with color, and she's like, yeah, these are really close. So yeah, that was a bummer. Yeah, very true. Have a great week. Oh, and play more games. Yeah, in the words of Will Wheaton. Definitely play more games, friends. Let me send you on your way here. Let's go raid another channel. Who is streaming right now? We'll find someone. Who's raiding? Who should we raid? Bonds is streaming? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Vantage, nice. Yeah, let's go raid Bonds. We'll send her over there. Thank you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Let's go raid Bonds. Appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful week. I hope to see you at one of the streams this week. If not, again, join Discord. Let's hang out there. All right. We're sending over to you, Bonds. Let me get this ready. Start raid. And yeah, I need to play Vantage too. I'm looking forward to playing that one. All right, friends. Stick around for the raid in a couple of seconds. Thank you so much. Hang out. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.